Hello, welcome once again to another edition of the Coach's Corner program. I'm Jeff Ruth, and Harding head coach Jamie Pearson joins me. And Coach, last week we talked about a couple of gettable games. Both of them were on the road, and not only did you get them, you won impressively.
Yeah, we wrapped up the first time through the league. We had a tough non-conference game versus a Central District Columbus school in Worthington, and pretty pleased with the week. But my memory is short term, and it's on to a couple games this week. We have both Shelby and Highland, so just getting ready for who's next.
We'll talk a little bit, obviously, more in depth about the Shelby game. But last week, at Galion doesn't have a great record, but Galion's a tough place to play.
Yeah, it always has been for us. They got a good coach over there. They have some young, hungry kids, a good sophomore class, and every time we've gone over there, it's been a challenge, and it was a challenge again. But we were able to right the ship, and I think we got them by 17 or 19 points. But they definitely have a bright future over there.
All right, we'll come back. We'll talk about some of the highlights, and we'll look at the highlights. We also have a player or two that we're going to talk to, and we'll do that right after these words.
Bucci's Italian Scratch Kitchen is a unique dining experience with made-from-scratch ingredients and meticulous preparation of each and every plate. At Bucci's, you will not find a canned sauce in our kitchen. Every sauce from marinara and Alfredo to our scampi and marsala is prepared from scratch every single day for every single meal.
Don't forget the dessert prepared from scratch in our kitchen. Choose from fresh-made cheesecake, tiramisu, brownies, or creme brulee for a sweet treat to finish your meal.
Bucci's is also expanding with the addition of our Dock Lounge, featuring the best in local live entertainment, as well as a variety of signature cocktails and limited menu items.
The upstairs Urban 501 area is available to host your most special occasions and private events.
Also coming soon to Bucci's is our fabulous outdoor courtyard area where you and your friends can enjoy outdoor games and entertainment. Located at 320 West Center Street in Marion, Ohio, Bucci's Italian Scratch Kitchen, Urban 501, the Dock, and the Courtyard are your one-stop entertainment hub for any event, large or small.
Once again, back on the Coach's Corner program, and Coach, we talked about two games on the road last week, the one at Galion, and then it's always tough when you have to follow up on a Thursday night game with a Saturday game, but you played well at Tiffin Columbian as well.
Yeah, that was an interesting non-conference game. A lot of our kids had never been to the gym. It's a unique gym. It's an old gym. It kind of reminds me of the old Harding High School, which is now Grant, but really loud place. They have a new coach, and they're starting to put things together a little bit. So knew it was going to be a challenge, and that one kind of went right down to the wire. But our kids continue to make plays down the stretch. When people make runs, we always have answers for them. So I give our kids a lot of credit. But Tiffin's a school our size and pretty similar demographics. So for us to go up there and get that win, and at the end of the week, it meant a lot for us. So was very pleased with that.
Good. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the games last week. Beginning with the game at Galion.
Yep, this was our last time through. Galion was the last team we had to play. Logan Thrapp's been outstanding for us all year. Here he picks the pocket of the Galion player and takes it in for the layup. Logan's the engine that makes us go. Here we go with Boston Pearson. Shot from the corner. He's really improved his outside game. So really proud of the work he's put in there. And then we have sophomore Tamani Barber coming up with the steal and then some slick passing to give us a basket there as well. As you can see, tight game still. We're down one actually at this point. We have Thrapp hits it to one of our strong bench players, Caleb Metz, who hits the three. Bright things for Caleb to come. And then we have Boston Pearson with a couple of passes. He follows it up. He's there rebounding. He's able to put that in. And then Parker Iden here. I can't say enough about Parker. Parker has been red hot the last 4 or 5 games, shooting the three. There you see him finishing it. Really good things from one of our senior guards. And then here we have Tamani Barber coming up with a steal there. So
it looked like you got a lot of turnovers in that game.
Yeah, we were able to turn them over. They're a young team, so that's good. There's Tamani again from the corner. Tamani's been really shooting it well for us. And then we have Logan Thrapp for a corner 3 that goes in as well. It was tight all first half, and then we got it going. Here we're up 13, it looks like. We have Boston Pearson running the passing lane here. He gets it, and he's able to put it in. It was big for us. That was an and one, and we were able to escape them with a 17-point win.
All right, and then short follow-up, Saturday at Tiffin.
Yep, we're Saturday at Tiffin, and early on, Logan Thrapp connects on a 3. Pretty good crowd there for us, and again, it was just a challenge because it was a new place, a lot of unfamiliarity. Tamani Barber, another 3 there. He had, I think, 2 threes on the day, and he was our leading scorer with 14 points, his career high. There you see another one from the corner. They were sitting in a zone, so it was important for us to be able to shoot it outside. Tamani did a really good job of doing that. Then we have Logan Thrapp leading our break like we've seen so many times with his stop and go. Makes a nice pass there, but more Tamani Barber coming up with the steal. And really, he's as good as we have at getting to the basket and finishing when he gets there. So again, big game for him as he finished with 14 points. Then we go deep. We get our transition game going. Caden Paz with the athletic play, the athletic steal. He's a cornerback on our football team, and you can see a little bit of that there. Landon Keller's one of our glue guys as well. He had a monster game with rebounds, steals, and assists. He had a steal there. And then, as I said, Parker Iden from NBA range with a nice pass is able to sink that for us. And then a little bit more Parker Iden from the corner. I think he had 2 or 3 threes that night. He was our second leading scorer with 13 points. Parker's reached double digits in 3 of our last 4 games. And then there's Paz showing his great speed on the run out, the pass from Thrapp, and he's able to put in a layup there. So, we head into the fourth quarter. It was close all the way through the end. There, Landon Keller coming up with a loose ball, throwing it to Thrapp, getting our break started. What can I say? But we were able to get that win by 8 points. A pretty good team on the road. I think that kind of stuff will get us ready for the tournament. And we're only down to a couple non-conference games, but playing a team like that will get us ready for the second half of the MOAC schedule.
Yeah, hard to believe that we're well over halfway through the season now.
Yeah, and it goes fast the second time through. It's, you feel like it's stretched out a little bit more as far as league games and games in general, the first part of the season. But, it just seems like after you get to the first part of the year, the games really start to come, fast and furious. So, like as I said, we have 2 this week, and then, I think we have a week off where we just have 1 game that week, but then it picks back up. So it's an exciting second half of the season, and I'm curious to see how we continue to perform.
All right. We'll be back with more on the Coach's Corner program right after these words. Back once again on the Coach's Corner program. This is the segment where we talk to a couple of the players, and Boston Pearson to my left and Nia Mitchell to my right. And Nia, we're going to start with you. Ladies first. First of all, congratulations on your 1,000th point the other night.
Thank you.
Is that something you knew kind of in the back of your mind going into the game that you had a chance for the 1,000?
Yes.
Okay, so that didn't come as a surprise to you then?
No,
All
I
right.
didn't.
Let's just kind of talk a little bit, because this is the first time we've really had a chance to talk this year. Just kind of talk a little bit about the season in general for the team, and then we'll talk a little bit about your stats and how you're playing.
Our season is going good actually. My senior year, good season. There's some things we can still work on as a team, but other than that, it's been a fun season.
And then just kind of talk a little bit about yourself. Obviously, you got to be pleased with the 1,000 points, and obviously a lot more that you can get between now and the end of the season. But how have you considered yourself to have played this year?
I think this year been playing good. I feel like I can do better though. It's better. That's all.
What's the best aspect of your game right now?
I'll say finishing through the paint.
Okay. And then what's the one thing you're still kind of working on a little bit?
Shooting.
You got 1,000 points and you still need to work on your shooting, huh?
Yes.
kind of talk a little bit about the team itself. I mean, we started, back at the end of November. Here we are, the middle of January. Season, I'm sure, feels like it's going by pretty quickly.
Yes. I don't want it to end.
Now, you're a senior. What other sports do you play, or is basketball?
It's just basketball.
Just basketball. Is this something you want to carry on and continue, in your future?
Yes.
All right. Talk a little bit about any goals maybe that you've set for yourself for the rest of the season.
To play hard, have good grades, actually get player of the year
Okay.
and get my 1,000 was my goals.
Okay. You're a senior. You're obviously one of the girls that, the rest of the teammates look up to. Is that something that you kind of enjoy being one of the leaders on the team? Because, realistically, you've been one of the leaders on the team for the last couple of years.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad that the team also look up to me, but it's a lot to take in at times.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Still a lot more games to play this year, but certainly congratulations on your 1,000th point. I know that's something that you're going to remember the rest of your life.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Anaya. Boston, let's talk a little bit about your season. Obviously, I know you were the MVP of the tournament that you had up in Erie at the end of December. Just last week, you got the Fahey Bank Athlete of the Month award winner for the month as well. So you've had a really good season.
Yeah. Our team's just been playing pretty well. We're 11-2, but I would have liked to have been 13-0, which I think could have been realistic. A couple of things didn't happen, but I feel like I've been playing pretty well. Not as well recently, but just luckily my teammates have been stepping up and just playing really well for us, and hopefully our win streak continues.
When we look at the highlights every week, it seems like every week there's 3, 4, 5 different players that are highlighted. So it's certainly not a case of 1 or 2 guys. It's a bunch of different people stepping up in different games.
Yeah, it seems like I get the recognition for our success, but we would be nowhere near as good as we are if everyone wasn't playing their role and just stepping up and doing their thing.
We got Shelby tomorrow night. You went over there in overtime. I know you beat Ontario by a point. You've had a habit of winning a lot of the close games, haven't you?
Yeah, we've played some people closer maybe than we should have, but it seems like we always find a way to win, and I feel like there's something to be said about our team that one of our team mottos at practice is we win, and that's how we break huddles, and it seems like we always seem to win the close games.
You probably get asked this a lot, but being the son of a head coach, what's that like? Obviously, it's got its advantages, but I'm sure at times it maybe has some disadvantages.
Yeah. It's kind of been like that my whole life.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not really as I don't really view them any differently than I would any other coach, at least on at games or practice. But sometimes it comes with some judgment from other people, maybe.
Yeah.
What people might say, but it doesn't really bother me.
I was going to say, and I've seen you out on the golf course, with your dad, and so I know you have a really good relationship.
Yeah.
Goals, still got 8, 9 regular season games, and hopefully long run the tournament. Any goals maybe that you set? I'm sure winning the MOAC is probably at the top of the list.
Yeah, definitely win our league. I think winning the district championship would be really cool, and just winning out the regular season and going as far as we can in the postseason.
This time of the season, you're more than halfway through. Do you kind of mentally hit a wall at any time, or is every game still pretty much fresh for you?
I think we're on an 8-game win streak, and maybe sometimes last year it kind of felt like that, but I just think no one wants to lose because we're on a run, and you just hate to lose a game.
All right. Well, I know you've got a great year. I know it's going to continue, and certainly good luck, especially against Shelby. I know you got a big one next week with River Valley, kind of a revenge game for that one. So a lot of good basketball coming up, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And Anaya, thank you for being on as well. Mm-hmm. We'll be back with more on our Coach's Corner program right after these words.
Global logistics is the process of managing the flow of resources or goods between businesses and the consumers. In addition, global logistics analyzes the acquisition of goods, how the goods are stored, and the methods of transporting the goods within a supply chain. At Harding High School, we are proud to offer a 2-year class in the study of global logistics. In this class, students will receive an English credit for taking Logistics 1. They will also participate in multiple field trips, making connections through real-world projects with local businesses. These students will obtain Career Pathway Logistics certification, earning 12 credits for graduation. Students may also earn Lean Six Sigma certification, giving them a credentialed advantage in the job market. However, most importantly, logistics offers transferable life skills including communications, economic forecasting, workflow optimization, general management, and financial planning skills that will make them invaluable to any career they pursue. If you're interested in global logistics, don't hesitate. Talk to your guidance counselor or stop in to see Mr. Ellis in room 245 for more information.
Hello, welcome once again to another edition of the Coach's Corner program. I'm Jeff Ruth, along with Harding Girls Basketball coach Corey White. Corey, didn't get a chance to talk to you last week, and that was the first show we had done since exam week, the second week in December. So
Yes.
it's been more than a month since we've had a chance to talk basketball.
Been a long time. It feels like, basketball's a long season already, and we played a lot of basketball since the last time we spoke.
All right, just kind of assess where the team is at this point of the season as you're a little over the halfway point.
We had a really good win Saturday against Highland. We were kind of in a rut over the break, but we get the second half of the MOAC coming up now. 2 winnable games this week, one tonight at Whitehall, one on Friday at River Valley. So we're sitting 6-7 right now. Just the team chemistry just seems much better this year, so it doesn't seem like we're already mid-January, which is it's a nice feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Usually at this point we're having hour and a half practices. I think last night we went till just about 5:30 again after school, just getting shots up and working on skill work, things we need to get better on in the game throughout the season. So I'd like to say the season's going really well despite our record so far.
Mm-hmm.
I still would like to go back and get some of those games again, and we left a lot of points on the table at some of those games, but it's going well.
You got to be pleased for Anaya because she's put a lot of time and effort into her game.
Yeah, it's. I actually made a joke Sunday morning when I woke up and asked my wife if Anaya was going to text me today to get in the gym. Now that she got her 1,000 points, but it's well deserved. You know, you 9th woman in Harding history to get it, and you think about all the young ladies that got it before her. They're gym rats, and that's been Anaya since day one, since I first met her. And I think the first time we met was 6 a.m. shooting. She showed up as a freshman and challenged Justice Steinman Ross, another 1,000-point scorer, to a 101 right after we were done. And I'm like, oh, this girl might have it. She might have what it takes, and she's been in the gym ever since. So it's very well deserved.
Good. We'll be back, and we'll take a look at some of the highlights from the last few ball games. We'll do that right after these words.
The historic OK Cafe.
Pizza, calzones, subs, sandwiches, and more. Our fresh dough is made daily, topped with your favorite ingredients and made to order.
Stop in for our lunch buffet or check out our many daily specials.
Looking for something to do?
Come in and check out our giant projector screen on game days. Sing with friends on karaoke nights and dance the night away with live entertainment from your favorite local bands.
So even though Rex might have a short reach, we'll never come up short on service.
So remember, when you're hungry, check out the OK Cafe, home of the giant 20-inch Pizzasaurus Rex made to order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery.
come to the historic OK Cafe located at 734 East Center Street, Marion made for over 80 years.
Back once again on the Coach's Corner program, and this is the segment where we take a look at some of the ball games, and we got 3 games, I guess, that we're going to look at.
Yes, that sounds Ontario, Galleon, and I believe Highland.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the first game.
We actually play Ontario next Saturday too, which they're a really good team. They have 2 girls that I would have to look at their height. They're over 6 foot. Ramaya came in and played great that whole game, and we try to pressure a lot. You'll see a lot of steals. We try to win the rebounding despite them being as tall as they are, but they're a very good, aggressive team. We were able to just keep the pressure on them most of the game despite being down at the beginning of the first half, and ended up pulling away, playing great. We were shooting the ball really well at this point in the year. We've kind of hit a drought recently. That's what we've been trying to work on in the gym, but you'll see a lot of steals and a lot of good passes and fast breaks in these highlights, which has been a focal point of us. We are extremely athletic. We're fast. We've been getting a lot better at passing recently, where at the beginning of the season we were averaging way too many turnovers to be able to win some close games. And we got plenty of girls on our team that can shoot the ball and can get in double digits, double figures. And I think this is a game for Kaylin. I think it was one of her first or second games where maybe she had 12 points, 14 points. And it's nice having that different weapons on the team. Obviously, Anaya, she's leading the MOAC in steals right there. You see her get one right there and finish at the hoop, which is always fun. She's got a motor that does not stop, and she's able to drive and kick it out to her teammates that are open, and they're able to knock down threes. We're a tough team to guard.
You won by 10, but it was a lot closer game than that up until really the last 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, so we changed defenses in the fourth quarter really to apply a lot of pressure and keep it out of the I think we let one of those tall 6-footers put up about 20 points on us. So something we had a game time adjustment there. Galleon was a game that, despite their record in the MOAC, those girls play hard the entire game, and it's always a physical, tough game. It's a game we always try to work on different things at, and you'll see when we get closer to the fourth quarter that the game got pretty close at times, and it's one of those moments where, as a coach, you could probably try to call a timeout and calm the girls down, or you let them figure out how to cope with the chaos and figure out things and be good teammates and talk through things to respond better on the court. And that's kind of what we did here in this game. You'll see, I think we were up over 20 at one point. And then we just, we still have a lot to work on that we want to get better throughout the rest of the second half of the season. So this is our last MOAC game before we started the second round of play. And
yeah, you're up 15 here.
Yeah, and it's fourth quarter. It gets a little close. I know a lot of people were sweating, but again, it's a good teaching moment for the girls to be able to battle back and fight back, because it's one of those games that sometimes coaches will complain about playing that they would rather practice. Well, how you look at it, and you can still work on different things at different times. And here we have Highland. You just saw Anaya hit that first three of the game that put her 1 point away from her 1,000-point, which was pretty cool. The first 5 points of the game she scored and was able to get her 1,000 points, and we were able to move on. It's funny, I didn't tell her where we were at with 1,000 points this whole season until after the Shelby game, when this game was next, because she was extremely close, and I wanted her to be able to enjoy it, but I didn't want her to worry about at the beginning of the season trying to get to 1,000.
And it's always nice to get it at home too.
Yes, it was very. It's the way it added up, and the way she got it was awesome, and the girls were all excited for her. And that's what makes coaching this year a lot of fun, is the team, and we're just having a lot more fun this year, which is extremely nice. And when you're having fun on the court and the girls play so much harder, we're able to create a lot more pressure and turnovers, and that's what we want to do. We want to speed teams up so they throw the ball all over the place and we get transition points.
What do you attribute that to, the fact that you are having a lot more fun this year?
I heard a quote over the summer that kind of stuck with me about, I tell this all the time, so they're probably tired of hearing it, but boys will play hard to look good, and girls need to feel good to play hard. And I kind of thought, I'm like, that kind of fits our team to a T. So we've been trying to have more fun in practice, try to stay more positive, try to, as they would say, not crash out on them, which happens sometimes when they like to see how far they can push it. But really just trying to keep the expectations low, and we just have fun and work, and we're able to do that. You get more out of them, and they play a lot harder together, which is nice.
Good. We'll be back. We'll preview the next couple of games for the Harding girls. We'll do that right after these words.
Welcome to Harding Telecom Digital Media. Unlike television, print, and radio media, which are all one-way communications, digital media creates an interconnected world of interactive communications that puts you in control of content creation and broadcasting. As a member of Harding Telecom, we have 3 ways of building your digital media skills. As an underclassman, you can take our semester-long class, Intro to Video Editing, where you'll be introduced to the latest hardware and software in digital media. Learn to create your own content with overlays, special effects, and audio processors. Your content will only be limited by your imagination. Telecom 1 is a year-long class that introduces you to the world of audio-video broadcast communications. Here you will learn how to operate video hardware and software, design sets, direct and produce events, and expand your editing capabilities broadcasting online and over our public access television channel. You will learn to produce daily news announcements and share your creations throughout our cable television and social media networks. Finally, Telecom 2 is our year-long class available for upperclassmen who have completed the prerequisite Telecom 1 class. Here you will produce and direct your own broadcast events. You will be put in charge of productions and lead other students through the introductory processes of media production. Many of our telecom graduates have gone on to study broadcast media in college and launched careers as television news and weather personalities, Emmy-winning editors for nationally syndicated television shows, and audio production engineers. So don't hesitate to schedule Harding Telecom Digital Media. Talk to your guidance counselor or see Mr. Mullins in room 201.
Back to wrap up this segment of the girls program, and you mentioned Whitehall tonight. It's unusual to have a Wednesday night game, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just talking at work today. We've had a lot of Monday and Wednesday games this year, and it's really just thrown off my week. I'm used to Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday type games, and so we go to Whitehall tonight. They're a good team. They're 11-3 now, 3rd in our district. We're 9th, I believe. So it's a very winnable game. They have they have 3 girls that are really good ball players. But I think we have a good game plan going in, and hopefully we get off the bus tonight and we can make things happen.
Are you Division III?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Just talk a little bit, because we hadn't had a chance in our first program, just talk a little bit about the realignment that the OHSAA did with high school basketball to really benefit teams, I think, a lot like Harding.
Yes, it definitely benefited us, looking at our number of girls that are in the school, and we're playing more schools that are our size, which is extremely nice. We're not playing the Olentangies, the Pick Centrals, the powerhouse girl basketball programs. So when we played Hamilton Township at the beginning of the year. It's a team exactly like us, and it was a fun game to play because we're able to compete and manage a game, which is a lot better than playing the big Walnuts, who have 3 Division I college basketball players on their team. It's tough to compete against those size of schools at our level and at our size anymore, which is weird to say. When I was in high school, we were still in the GBC playing Finley and Roethlisberger's sister at that time. So, but it's benefited us a lot, and it'll be really neat tonight to see how we respond to a team that's a lot like us.
Okay. And then your league game this week, what, Friday night?
Yep, River Valley. We believe we lost by 3 last time home at River Valley, and that's a game we would really like to have again. I do think we're the better team. We just got to show up and execute and take care of business this time.
All right. Appreciate you being on as always, and look forward to doing it again next week.
Thank you.
Bucci's Italian Scratch Kitchen is a unique dining experience with made-from-scratch ingredients and meticulous preparation of each and every plate. At Bucci's, you will not find a canned sauce in our kitchen. Every sauce from marinara and Alfredo to our scampi and marsala is prepared from scratch every single day for every single meal.
Don't forget the dessert prepared from scratch in our kitchen. Choose from fresh-made cheesecake, tiramisu, brownies, or creme brulee for a sweet treat to finish your meal.
Bucci's is also expanding with the addition of our Dock Lounge, featuring the best in local live entertainment, as well as a variety of signature cocktails and limited menu items.
The upstairs Urban 501 area is available to host your most special occasions and private events.
Also coming soon to Bucci's is our fabulous outdoor courtyard area where you and your friends can enjoy outdoor games and entertainment. Located at 320 West Center Street in Marion, Ohio, Bucci's Italian Scratch Kitchen, Urban 501, the Dock, and the Courtyard are your one-stop entertainment hub for any event, large or small.
Back once again on our Coach's Corner program, and Coach talked about 2 games coming up this week. They're 2 league games, and obviously you're focused on Shelby.
Yeah, that's where it starts, and they're having an interesting season. Obviously, they made it to the Final Four last year, and they've been the king of the MOAC the last 4 or 5 years, and they're still in striking distance. They're in second place behind River Valley and us. They still have some of the top athletes in the area. They're replacing a lot of pieces. They're having a little roster shuffle as well, but they got a good coach who will make some adjustments. So I'm glad they're coming to our place, but we know it's going to be quite a challenge, and it would be, they have the leading scorer in the league, and DeVito, who's coming in just about 20 points a game. So definitely have our work cut out for us, but I hope we'll be up to the task Thursday night.
Seems like he's been in the league for like 8 years.
He does. Well, he started as a freshman, and he's played on some really good teams, and you're used to hearing his name too because he's a 2-time All-State quarterback, and he was a finalist for Mr. Football. Yeah. So his name's in the media all the time. So he offers us great challenges, but our kids are excited for that and the opportunity to compete against him.
The first time over there you won in overtime. Mm-hmm. Any similarities you can take from that first game and, hopefully do the same thing again this time around?
Yeah, their roster looks a little different for good and for bad. But, it just comes down to kind of containing him. You don't have to shut him down. You just have to contain him. But we got to keep doing us, which stuff that's made us good, which is we've been really good rebounding defensively in the half court. We've been really good contesting shooters and then getting our transition going while getting back on their transition. So, I think our kids are a little more comfortable at our gym. That's a really tough place to play over there, and they went on a really long win streak before we beat them the last time. So, I feel a little bit better that it's at our place, but we're definitely going to have to be at our best to beat them on Thursday night.
And then Highland on Saturday.
Yeah, Highland's one of the most improved programs in the league. The league lost a lot of players from top to bottom. Highland was the lone school that brought everybody back, and they have a good player in Rogers, and then they have some other really good players. They have some length, and they shoot a lot of threes. So, having to go to their place, they played us extremely tough here, and they have the last couple years. They're much improved from last year. So, again, we'll get through Shelby, and then we'll have one day to prep for Highland, and then we got to take the long bus drive over there and on a Saturday just make sure we're ready to go because they're definitely capable of playing well.
Well, hopefully a couple more wins to talk about next week.
Yeah, I'd vote for that.
All right. It's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Coach's Corner program. For head coach Pearson, I'm Jeff Ruth. Thank you for watching.